Okay, we are at a beautiful wilderness trailhead known as Trent's house. You guys have asked for it, but we're finally doing our what's in our pack videos. So today I'm going to walk through a 4-day backpack gear for what I use during elk season. Since I'm so nice and organized, I'm going to start this off right. All right, well, let's get this clean. All right, now that we got that taken care of, I'm just gonna go through and basically show you the foundation that I go with. It doesn't change, doesn't matter if I'm going for 3 days or 5 or 7. So what I run an EXO 3500, packs totally capable of running up to 6-7 days if you need to. With camera gear and how I like to set up, I really don't like to go more than 5 or 6 days with it. I run a 3500 with the lid, dry bag, insertable dry bag for my camp gear. From the 3500, we'll go through my clothing that I take with me, and the one variable there is just what it's going to be. I wear in First Light either corrugate or obsidian pants. Later in September I'm going to run the Uncompagre puffy pants from First Light. Early September, not taking those. I run an REI flash pad. I found it's got good insulation, durable, light. The bag I run, Enlightened Equipment Quilt. It's a 20-degree 950 fill. I've run an extra long and wide bag. I always put my camp in a dry bag just for those September rainstorms. And I don't use stuff sacks. I use it just to, everything goes into this one bag, and that way it helps mold to the pack how it's going to be, so you don't have these odd shapes that take up unnecessary volume. The nice thing with down is it compresses really good. I run a Jimmy Tarp bivy sack. Jimmy Tarp Granite Mountain, and this is a fly version. Doesn't take up much weight, a little bit of help on the organization, but the Granite Mountain tarp is set up for a trekking pole, and I actually use 2 trekking poles, one for the center ridge, and then I actually use one down by my feet. I'm not packing extra weight, you know, poles and all that, so it's a pretty lightweight system, I think, all said and done. Oh, and this is one of those comfort items. This is a Sea to Summit pillow. Collapsible, weighs a few ounces, definitely worth the weight in gold to have a good night's sleep. My camp system right here will weigh, it is 4.6 pounds, all set up and done. So that's tight, that's my whole shelter, pad, sleeping bag, everything ready to go. And so how I pack is I shove this down the main body of the 3500. Okay, next up, so I got my main camp, like I said, in the dry bag scenario. The cool thing is you can always pull this out. We've had a lot of times where we know we're going to camp in an area, but you got a couple hours left of daylight. I'll pull this out, huck it on the ground. It's going to stay dry, out of the elements, everything like that. I run a Jetboil Soul, a little bit older version, works awesome. Run a Sea to Summit spoon. It's the long handle, works good in the old mountain house. Small fuel cylinder, you can get about 6 days fully of burning breakfast and a dinner, you know, and a coffee or top ramen midday. So you can get a lot of time. Kind of some odds and ends that are always on the inside of my pack in the top lid. Number 1, tags, license. I carry a spare chapstick, and then on the chapstick I wrap it in Leukotape. Leukotape you cannot have enough of. You never know, a blister's gonna flare up, anything like that. Definitely have some Leukotape. I pack a little Princeton Tech flashlight. This has got the dome feature, so I'll hang it in my tent at night so I don't have to burn my headlamp. And then for my headlamp, this last year I switched to a Petzl. This one is the Core Attic. USB rechargeable, you can pull the battery out, and it's got a little micro USB to recharge the battery pack, or 3 AAA batteries. So all this goes, got the stash pocket right here where I roll my tag. It's in a safe place, know where it's gonna be. Flashlight, Benchmade altitude right there. All right here in my stash pocket. Another necessity that I've come to love, baby butt cream. Learned this a few years back. Sometimes you get a little chafe itch, works miracles. Highly recommend it. Also with that knife, I carry the Work Sharp. This is their new version. It's called the Pocket Knife Sharpener. You can literally, with that altitude, when taking care of an elk, you can just hit that ceramic 6 times. So when I kill something, or somebody else does, because that's how it usually rolls, I can go in there, got tags, knife, sharpener, all that's right there. In that same pocket, I always carry contractor trash bag, big black trash bag. You can use it as an emergency shelter, poncho. If you need to dunk meat in water and get it cooled down, you can put that around it. Always carry a trash bag with you. So these are all items that I'm not going to access that often, but I know exactly where they're at. Super easy with that stash pocket. Into the lid's where I'm going to put my headlamp. I've got a DeLorme InReach. Now Garmin makes them. They make a cool new one. It's a mini one. Definitely worthwhile. So this one Bluetooths into my phone, and so my wife knows everything's good to go. We can also, all of us carry one on the team so we can know where each other's at and all that. Another safety reason, we also carry radios a lot of times, depending on where we're going to be, but on a backpack trip. So these 3 items, headlamp, all that, go up here in my lid in another little stash pocket for secure. All right, next on the list is our water system. We've got a ton of questions from people on what do we use and how do we do it. It's a really neat system from Sawyer. It's just called the squeeze filter. They're like 35, 40 bucks. I run a Platypus 3-liter bladder, and then I've actually still got an old Camelback hose. This system has a quick disconnect on it. How you collect the water, this is a dirty bag, so you fill water that's unfiltered. Literally, you can screw this Sawyer filter on, that goes in, turn it on. Got a clip, that's a gravity feed system, super easy. Eating lunch or whatever, you can just hang this in a tree. Definitely recommend this system. It's been bulletproof, no moving parts. The only flaw of it's getting clogged and too dirty of water, which you just back flush at that point in time. My bladder goes down in the bladder compartment here in the pack. Then I just take these bags, roll this up. So I have the capability to carry 7 liters of water. It's got 7 liters, I can get 2 full days easily on that. Just throw these in a bag. And then I run this on the outside stretchy pocket on the 35 because it's easy to access, know where it's at, take my pack off, throw it in. Game bags. For us, game bags are super important. The whole point of us going out there is to bring meat home for our families. So we're working on something that's going to help you in this space. This is how I carry. I carry 3/4 bags. I vacuum pack them, keeps them waterproof, keeps them more compact. So I've got 3/4 bags. I'll do 2 front shoulders, back ham, and then I've got a hamburger bag meat, camp meat bag. Those always go down in the bottom on the back side of my dry bag, down in the bottom of my pack. I know where they're at, really easy to get to, but they're out of the way, don't take up too much space. Cirrus puffy, rain jacket, long johns, all go in that dry bag again. Merino beanie goes in the stash pocket on the side. So what I wear in clothing wise, I wear the Obsidian merino pants or the Corrugate Guide pants, a Wick hoodie, the 150 hoodie, or the Fuse 210 top. So that's a 1/4 zip that I wear for merino on top. My infamous rope belt that everyone hates, but I've been carrying around. I use this. I don't like a big belt buckle, so wear a rope belt. Trekking pole, and I've got a pair of Lecky trekking poles, aluminum. Also, we'll wrap duct tape on the top handle, so that's just another space to keep it. The biggest variable that I have when it comes to hunting, this goes with me no matter if it's a 3-day, 7, 10-day, whatever it is, like that setup. The variable in weight is going to be food. I always try to pre-package my food in the daily rations. Basically try to shoot for that 3,000 calories. Comes in usually just over a pound, 20 ounces, somewhere in there. Shoot for the 150 calorie per ounce mark on the food that you carry. I am all about variety. First time I went on an out-of-state backpack trip and I had the exact same meal for the exact same day and I hated it. I usually carry either a mesh bag or a little dry bag just to keep that food easily accessible and organized. So I've got my 4-day bags for meals, 3 nights, 4 days. So I run usually the Pro Packs, and then what I do is I split up a mashed potato. Every night I'll have about half of a mashed potato and I just mix it right in the Mountain House. That all goes in there. Breakfast, I will split these in 2 mornings. So I'll have either a scramble or biscuits and gravy. That goes, oh, Skittles. Tasting Rainbow. This is one thing that I found a couple years ago and I'm super bummed out. They don't make it anymore. Powdered Tapatio. Now they make little single serve packets. Trent brings in the family size bottle. And then every day, usually lunchtime, depending on what's going on, some chicken noodle soup, top ramen. That's my food. So we got 4 days, 7.8 pounds. We'll we'll take, and like I said, usually I like a mesh bag over a dry bag on this stuff because it doesn't matter. But like I said before, you know, with stuff sacks, things kind of get awkward. With all of my other stuff, you can just kind of shove it all down there and it just kind of folds to the mold of what it needs to be. Got set up, ready to go. Quick side note, I've been playing around with food, like I said, variety. Our buddy Cody Rich started, it's called Backcountry Fuel Box, and basically it's a monthly box that shows up. It's a wide variety of food. You get whole different mounds of stuff. It's a good way to sample it. Like where I live in Roseburg, there's not that much variety to try. You get it, shows up at your doorstep, you go for it. Last but not least, another one of those luxury items. I've had this for I don't know how many years. Therm-A-Rest Zee Litepad that I've cut up into I think 3 different chunks over the years now. I just take and throw that up here in the top as I fold the lid over. It's just nice to have a seat at night. If it's wet out, it's always there. So I'll throw this lid down, set up, ready to go. Calls go in the pouch on the side. Stove I always throw in on the side pouch where it's super easy to access. Footwear, I run Crispy Summit. Those are on my feet, and then got to get a little croc life in there. So I always take these on the trailhead, throw them in. They work awesome for creek crossings, tender feet, so I always throw those on the pack themselves. Feels heavy. So I got 4 days worth of food and gear. There's only like a liter worth of water in there. Say 29. We are at 28.6 pounds. Here we go. All right, so pretty much that's it. I'm just under 30 pounds, got 4 days worth of gear and food. The only thing that's really missing is some camera gear in there. So I feel pretty good about it. Feel like I can hunt with camp on my back and be totally comfortable, hunt with it all day. Guess I'm ready to go blow a bugle, chase some bulls. So thanks for watching the channel here. A lot of fun stuff coming up. We got Land of the Free 2.0 that we're gonna kick off in August and drop that in November, day by day, 5 states, 45 days of hunting. It's gonna be awesome. So thanks again. If you would, just hit that subscribe button. I think it's right over there. So appreciate it. Share with your friends. Later.